Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have another tutorial for you guys because I know you guys love these videos so much. But today's tutorial is a little bit different than normal. We do have a banner and a header in this tutorial, so I'm going to be making a matching Twitter header and showing you guys how to make a matching YouTube banner as well. So I think this is going to be something that you guys are really going to like because you're going to be able to make something that is matching across multiple platforms. And again, it's going to be another super in-depth tutorial, so if at any time you guys feel like you need to rewind, make sure to go ahead and do so. And if you guys also want to turn down the playback speed, you guys can do that as well. I'm really stepping up the tutorials on my channel, and I'm really trying to make some cool graphics for you guys for free on Pixlr. So I know these tutorials are going to be just a little bit longer than they normally have been, but again, I'm trying to step up my game and I'm trying to show you guys how you guys can make like Photoshop looking graphics on Pixlr. So if you guys haven't already, gone ahead and left the like on this video and also subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, the streams have been doing super well, and I'm actually going to be going live right after this video does go up, so make sure you guys also have notifications on if you guys do want to tune in. Feel free to ask me graphics questions while I stream, or feel free to just come in, say hi, ask me other questions if you guys want. Honestly, the streams have just been super fun lately, and I've honestly really enjoyed getting to know a lot of you guys. So if you guys have ever wanted to talk to me or anything, make sure to go ahead and tune in. But without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into today's tutorial. So as you guys can see here, obviously I have the Twitter header up here already, and I think the coolest thing about today's tutorial is that I'm going to show you guys how you guys can make these social media little icons right here on the left and right side. I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how to make them with whatever like little logos you want. You could interchange this with an Instagram that I'm also gonna provide for you guys. As well as that, you could exchange the Twitch one for like a Twitter one, or whatever you guys are most active on, like whatever social platform you guys use more often. So if you guys aren't new here, you guys probably already know that there's a link in the description for a Google Drive with all of the assets and the images that you guys are gonna need for this tutorial. So make sure to go ahead and hit that link in the top of the description. It'll be a Google Drive link. Go ahead and download everything in there, including the fonts and the templates, and then I would just go ahead and drag them to your desktop. As you guys can see here, it's very easy when I just drag them all and I have them ready. So let's briefly go over everything I have in the Google Drive as well, so you guys get a little bit of an understanding of what I tossed in there. So I will toss into templates, as you guys can see in the thumbnail. We have the Twitter header template. So the template isn't going to be something that you can just go in and type in, because unfortunately there's no way to just edit templates on Pixlr. But the templates is more of like a reference thing, so you guys can get the exact colors that I use, and you guys can get the exact placing and positioning of stuff, and I'll show you guys how to do that obviously as well. But we have the Twitter header template for you guys to look at, and then we also have the YouTube banner template, which as you guys can see also still has these social media icons, as well as that has the gradient on the bottom and the text and everything like that. And one of the coolest things about this tutorial in general is that I'm going to be showing you guys, once you make the Twitter header, I'll be showing you guys how to easily like copy and paste everything over into your YouTube banner, so you don't have to remake everything in your YouTube banner. I'll be showing you guys how to like just transfer everything, copy and paste it right over, because it is a little bit of a complicated process in Pixlr, but this is going to save you so much time in the future with other designs, not even just this one. So again, I would appreciate it if any of you guys could leave a like and also just drop a comment down below saying hi or saying anything. I respond to all comments. But yeah, getting into the rest of the things here, obviously we got the two templates, YouTube one for you guys to look at as well. We also have the template for the YouTube banner, as well as that I have both fonts that I'm using to go ahead and make the text that you guys see right here. We got the cursive one, which is the hand letters, and then we also have League Spartan, which is one that I have used in my other tutorials, but that is where I have the ice. We can go out of that. I have an extra render if you guys do want it. You guys can use whatever render you guys would like, but I thought I would go ahead and toss an extra one in there just in case you guys did want to. But also I have the original one that I did use for this tutorial. As well as that, we have the white topographic pattern that I have been using in a lot of my other tutorials. This is probably going to be the last one where I use that pattern. I just like the way that the white blended into the light gray in these graphics. So as well as that, we have some assets that we're going to need for the social media icons. And then we also do have the white social media icons as well. A couple extras if you guys do, you know, use Instagram more than Twitter, or you guys stream on Twitch versus YouTube, whatever works for you guys. I think that's enough for the intro. Let's go ahead and just jump into the actual tutorial. All right, so we are on Pixlr E. Again, there will be a top link in the description for you guys to go and head to Pixlr E yourself. It's completely free. You do not have to download anything. It's just kind of like a web software. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching already know that, but let's just go ahead and do what we normally do for a Twitter header. We're gonna go to width and we're gonna go to 1500, and we're gonna go to height, and we're gonna go to 500, and this is, as you guys know, just the standard Twitter header, like width and height. I'm just gonna name it Twitter header. I also apologize, my keyboard is really loud. We're gonna leave the background on nothing just so it is transparent. And as you guys can see here, we have the template for a Twitter header. Now, what I'm actually gonna do first, which I think you guys should do as well, is I'm gonna add the template that I included. So I'm just gonna go to my desktop and I'm gonna find the template here. So I can just kind of put this wherever, guys, but the first thing what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to this select tool. Now you guys aren't gonna have the exact colors here. It's probably just gonna be like white and black, but we're gonna click on this gray here, and we're just gonna go to the exact like gray color that you guys see I'm using in this background. And that's why the template I think is kind of necessary. It's if you guys do want to replicate the same exact colors that I used, this is going to be basically the easiest way to get, you know, the exact same color that I'm using if you guys do like the color scheme. But we're gonna click on that gray, we're gonna click OK, and then honestly we really don't even need that template anymore, so we're just gonna hide it for now. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this box thing right here, I don't have to mess with anything, and we're just gonna drag it over the entire thing, let go to the brush tool, and as you guys can see here, I do have that exact gray color checked. And we're gonna go to the brush, and all we have to do here is select the transparent layer in the back, and we're gonna do the size a lot larger so it doesn't take forever to brush in, and we're just gonna brush it in here. Now we can go to select, deselect. Now as you guys can see here, the next little process here is to get this topographic PNG in the background. So all you have to do is hit layer, add image as layer, and find that topographic PNG that I included. So it's actually right here, and it should already be kind of fit, so you guys really don't have to move it very much at all. You guys can if you really want to, but it should be big enough to kind of span over the entire thing. That's already looking good. Now what I can actually do here is I can take this topographic PNG and I can take the base layer and I can just hit merge down, and it's just going to combine the both. So what I can actually do is see how it's combined now. I'm gonna edit undo. Now I really don't have to mess with anything else. It's just kind of like one layer. It's a lot easier to work with. So let's go ahead and focus on the gradient. Now the gradient is something new that you guys haven't really worked with, but I'm gonna show you guys how to use gradient to the best of my ability. As you guys can see here, the gradient goes all the way along the bottom, and it's basically a gradient between that gray in the background and like this yellow color that I was using that I actually do really like. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to the box tool like we used before, and I'm going to kind of click over here, and I'm gonna drag all the way along the bottom. And as you guys can see here, it selects like a perfect rectangle, and you guys can do a bigger size if you want to, or a smaller one. It really is up to you guys. But the key thing here is this is the gradient tool right down here. You click that, and before you guys even need to do anything, you guys need to make sure these lit colors are clicked and these colors are chosen, that the colors obviously you guys want to use, because when you guys go in there, it's not going to be like the way I have it now. So to change the gradient colors, when you click on this right side and the left side, basically it's only the gradient between two different colors. So the right side, obviously you guys can see in the thumbnail, is that yellow color, and the left side is that gray color. So to change the left side, you click on this left little thing here, and you can just change the color, and you can select right from the exact gray, which is kind of like what I did. I click OK, and then for the yellow, you can click on this right side and then click on the color, and you can like choose, you know, the exact color right here and click OK. Or if you guys can, if you guys go back here and you make the template visible again, that second color, that yellow color, you can click here and you can click the color and choose that exact yellow color from the template. So that's again why I provide the template for you guys, so you guys can kind of nail the same exact colors that I did if you guys want to. But now that we have both the colors selected, I mean, you guys can really go for whatever color scheme you want to, but all we have to do is go to the middle, click on this left side, hold down the button and drag all the way across, and then we can let go. And as you guys can see here, it easily creates us a nice little gradient on the bottom, which looks really, really cool in my opinion. Select, deselect, and as you guys can see here, we got our finished gradient. I'm gonna go ahead and hide that template as well again. Now let's go ahead and quick focus on the text, and let's knock out the render real quick. So for the text, again, I have a full tutorial on downloading and putting new and unique fonts in Pixlr and kind of how to install them in Pixlr. I'll toss a little card up if you guys do want to go check out that video. It's a really easy process. Definitely go check that out. I don't explain it because I'd have to re-explain it in every single video how to get fonts, but it's a super easy process. Once you have done that, go ahead and go to the text tool, and you're just going to click on that back layer and click add, and then all you guys need to do here is choose the League Spartan font that I provided for you guys. It's kind of just a very basic regular font. I'm going to go to color and choose black, and and I'm just going to put my own name here. Now obviously you guys want to put your name obviously to fit whatever you guys are doing, but I'm going to go to settings first, and I'm going to go to italic as well because I do kind of prefer the italic look. But I'm just going to put ice, as you guys can see here. And you guys could also, you know, go to settings and adjust the letter space, as you guys can see here. It's something that just kind of makes it look a bit better sometimes, but I'm not going to mess too much with that stuff. I'm going to let you guys kind of do that on your own time. But we're going to go to size. We're going to make it a bit bigger, kind of like how you guys see in the thumbnail. And we're going to toss her right directly smack dab in the middle. Now let's go ahead and focus on that overlapping cursive that you guys see. Let me go ahead and pull the picture up here. We're going to focus on this little cursive here. Now this is actually that cursive handwritten font that I also provided for you guys in the Google Drive. Once you guys have that obviously in your Pixlr, you're just going to go again, add another font, and I'm going to go and find it, and it's actually right at the top with all my other custom fonts. We're going to click hand letter. Now this, I just used all lowercase, and I just typed in ice, and I went to, I actually went to colors, and I did choose that exact yellow down here. And I just typed in ice, and as you guys can see here, we can kind of just put it over. I'm actually going to go to the font tool here, and I'm going to drag the size up a little bit, and then I am actually going to go to layer, and I'm going to go to rasterize that actual text. And oh, I don't want to move that bottom one. We're actually going to lock that bottom one so we don't mess with it at all. But I'm going to go ahead and go to the move tool. I'm going to grab this top one here. I'm just going to kind of angle it in a way that I want to, and I think that looks about good there. Now once you guys have this top layer rasterized, you could do some more like in detailed effects, like making it kind of blend in. Like I think what I did in the thumbnail here was kind of cut this out like this, clicking each time I want to place a little marker here, and I went back here and I just deleted that. So it kind of, if I go to select, deselect, it kind of looks like it's almost blended into the background, like it's kind of weaving through like the actual text. I can go ahead and just kind of get rid of this too, just to make it look a bit better. Select, deselect, but obviously that's kind of all up to you guys whether or not that's something you guys want to do. But I do think this is a really cool, unique way to like have text and just kind of like have a more unique text than other people. So I'm also going to take these two layers, like those two texts, and I'm going to go and I'm going to merge down. So this is just one big layer. Oops, I don't want to move that. Now, as you guys can see here, it's just one big layer. And I always do this because it's going to be easier. And I'm going to show you guys later on in the tutorial why you guys need to do this. So now let's go ahead and just add this render quick. We're going to go to layer, add image as layer. And we're going to go ahead and find that render. And we're just going to drag the size down a bit here. And we're just going to make sure the head is just barely being cut off here. And we're going to put it right about here, and I definitely want it underneath the text. And right away for the render, obviously, as you guys know, we're going to go to adjustment, brightness, and contrast, and we're just going to give this render a little bit of depth by adding a little bit of contrast. As you can see, it already looks a million times better. So first things first, go to layer, add image as layer, and go ahead and find this circle PNG. It's called the white circle, and it's also in that Google Drive link in the description. And we're going to click on that, and all you need to do is kind of size this however you want it. Make it a bit smaller here. And we're going to put this all the way on the right side right here, right about in the middle. This purple marker right here is going to give us kind of like a marker of where the middle is. Now, what we need to do here is actually go to this shape tool right here and click on the ellipse option up here. And all you need to do is kind of drag a circle that kind of looks like it fits. And you can drag it right there. And then all you need to do here now is go to the brush tool, find this gray, and we're gonna go a little bit darker actually here so it's a little bit more visible. And we're just gonna brush that circle in, and we're gonna go to white circle. Actually, we're gonna go to the white circle layer here, obviously, because we do want to be drawing on that white circle. And we're just gonna color this in gray, and we're gonna go to select and deselect. Now we can actually duplicate that white circle, and we can drag it all the way over to the other side, just so we have a duplicated copy of it. I'm gonna put it right about here. We also do want that white circle underneath the render so it is behind it. Now, all we have to do is add these social media icons. So just hit layer, add image as layer, and we're gonna find these social media icons, obviously whatever you guys want to use. We're just gonna toss Twitter in here. So take a Twitter one, and they are already white. So all you have to do is size it to fit in the middle of that little circle right there. As you guys can see here, we have the Twitter one. Then we go to layer, add image as layer, and we can find like either the Twitch or like the Instagram one, whatever you guys want to use. We're just gonna take the Twitch one for example, size it down till we feel like it fits, right in the middle. We're gonna use the arrow keys to kind of get it in there. And I think that looks about good for our social media. Now we just got to focus on the text for our social media. So all we have to do there is go to add text and go to League Spartan. And I do usually put it as italic just because I think it looks better. For the color, we're gonna choose the same color as this gray right here. Click there. Now I'm gonna click OK. And my Twitter is @IceKicks. And we can just size that text down. Where is my layer? All the way on the top. Go to the font tool. Size this down a tad. You can drag this all the way over. Size it down to about probably like 20 is going to be good. Maybe like 22, something like that. And you go to size. We're just going to try to get it as good looking as we can. Maybe like 25. Yeah, 25. That's looking about good. Also use the arrow keys to kind of make sure it fits real well. So now what we can do with the text, we can go to duplicate layer, and we can literally drag this text all the way over. And we can also drag that text underneath the render like the other one. And then we can just edit that and put your Twitch. I'm just gonna put /IceKicks, because that is indeed my Twitch. And we can toss that in there. And voila, you guys have your Twitter header. Now, obviously, you guys can make changes to your own liking, depending on if you guys want, something else made for yourself. So now I'm going to show you guys how to kind of transfer everything over into a YouTube banner. So the key thing about this is when I said before about having this layer right here, kind of like all merged into one layer. This is very important into moving everything into your YouTube banner. So as well as that, having these social medias. So we're actually going to take this layer. This is actually, I'm just going to rename this. I'm going to right click and I'm going to name this main text, just so I kind of know. And then I'm going to go to this right one and see. So this is the icon right here, right? This is the Twitter icon. And the text is all the way on the top. So we want the text underneath. So this is the text for the right one, guys. And then this is the Twitter icon right here layer. And then this is the white circle underneath. So all three of these layers right here on the right side all make up that like little icon right here. So if we go to the very top one, right? The text tool, and we click those three dots and we go to merge down, it merges it with that layer underneath. So if we click the three dots again and we go to merge down, this is completely merged into one layer now. So we can literally move this however we want, except obviously there's that little gray thing, but that's okay. We just go to edit, undo. It doesn't really matter. But the key thing is now that we have all of that like into one layer like this, we can go to select pixels, and we can click edit, copy, and literally we can edit and we could paste it again in here if we really wanted to. And now you guys can see we have another little custom social media icon type thing, which is super cool. But we don't need that in here. We need that in the YouTube banner. So we're gonna go to add a tab. We're gonna go to another little Pixlr tab here. We're gonna create new. Now if we go back here, this is 2560 by 1440. So we're gonna name this banner 2560 by 1440. We're gonna click create, and then we're gonna go ahead and layer, add image as layer, and we're gonna add that like all gray template that I did include in the Google Drive, like the YouTube banner template that you guys should be using for your YouTube banners. We're obviously gonna lock that right away. So all you guys have to do here is you just have to recreate the background first and the gradient. Like, so all you have to do is add that gray background like I did before by grabbing the box and just dragging it all the way over in that text and logo safe area. And then you guys can obviously, just go to the brush here and just, make the size a lot bigger. Brush it all into that gray color that you guys see here. Then go to select, deselect. You guys can add the topographic PNG. Go ahead, add the gradient the same way you'd add a gradient to the header. Now, once you guys have all of that done, assuming that you guys have done that, we're gonna go to that social media icon back that we had here. We're gonna do the same thing. Make sure it's all one layer. And go to select and select pixels. Edit, copy, go right back, and we're gonna click edit and paste, and then boom, we have the social media icon in here. Now the same way we did that, we can go to the main text right here that I did do before. Go to the move tool. You do need to select and deselect that first, but main text right here, as you guys can see, this is, oops, I don't want to move that. We're gonna lock that one. We don't need that one, but the main text, as you guys can see here, I can move it around, kind of do everything I want because I did render it all into one layer. We can do select pixels, edit, and copy, go right back into our other one, edit, paste, and boom, we have our text in our YouTube banner. Now you guys can literally do the same exact thing for everything else in here. It is very easy to just transfer it over. It's just a weird process where you do have to save for the PNG as well. Go to select pixels and then edit, copy, go back, go to edit, paste, and boom, you have your render that you may just need to resize. But other than that, all the effects you added to it, everything is kept, and it's super awesome and it's nice and it's super easy. You guys can literally do that with everything else in this banner, including the left, just select, deselect, including this left social media thing as well. You just have to make sure that you combine all of the layers previously before you do transfer it over. But yeah, I hope that all made sense to you guys. If you guys have any questions about anything in this video, make sure to go ahead and leave it in the comment section down below. Again, I don't know why Pixlr makes you actually click select and select pixels in order to just copy and paste a layer. But if I go to select, deselect, and I just click on this PNG, and I go to edit, it's actually not going to let me copy and paste it until I do select and select pixels. So I'm not sure why Pixlr does that. But again, if you guys did like this video or if you found anything helpful at all, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and also drop a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Just do whatever you can to support this video. I put a ton of work into these kind of graphics tutorials. So again, I do really appreciate any support. I've got lots more content coming on the way. I've got tons of keyboard content on the channel already if you guys haven't checked it out. As well as that, I believe I have my Cool Tech Under 25 episode 4 or 5 dropping in a couple days. As well as that, I'm going to be ramping up my upload schedule, having more tutorials, having more keyboard videos, having more setup videos, and on top of that, having more streams. So I'm super excited, and I'm going to end 2020 with a bang, and we're going to go into 2020 with some new graphics, with a new mindset, and I think it's going to be really cool, and I have a lot of just exciting content coming your way. I've got tons of stuff planned for Pixlr, just making cool stuff on Pixlr. I'm trying to make 3D text right now, I'm trying to do lots of things to help you guys out, help you guys make cool graphics. I think I've already dragged this video on longer than it's needed, so I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial or video on the channel. Peace.